So today's class is going to be a very, very special one because we are going to be having our first test today. Yep, very good. We are going to be having our first test today. So go around, probably in the description, or I'll find a way to attach it here. A link to your first test. Please note, this test is not actually a test of your actual knowledge. It's just a way to play around to show you that you've learned a lot and you've learned a lot and you actually know a lot. Okay, so the link is going to be somewhere. I want you to take the next 5 to 10 minutes, pause this video. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Just same way you've always done all your assignments. So make sure you do this. So pause this video and take the test. Then come back to class and let's move forward. Getcha. So welcome back. How was it? Trust, can you eventually see that it's nothing serious? But then it's good you're able to give it a trial. Okay, so let's go over the test together and let's see how far or how well we are doing. Okay, so the first question we have here: what is the full meaning of CRM? I want to believe everyone should know this. That is option C, customer relationship management, right? Option 2, what are the main types of objects in Salesforce? Okay, can do me a favor, some of this answer you can put it in the comment section. It goes a long way. All right. Okay, what are the main types of objects in Salesforce? We have the standard object and the custom objects. That's option C again. Number 3, what is a profile in Salesforce? Option A, group of users in the org. B, collection of settings and permission for user. C, all the assets in the org. That will be B, collection of settings and permission in users. Okay. All right. Proceed in number 4. Dash is a type of license in Salesforce. A, Salesforce. B, multi-tenancy. C, opportunity. Aside from C, C is an object, right? Opportunity. B, multi-tenancy. Definitely not a license. So A is the answer. Salesforce license, right? We talk about license at the beginning of the class. Okay. So number 5, Dash is a type of Salesforce profile. System administrator, system coordinator, system of supervisor. The answer is A, system administrator. Okay. So who is a user in Salesforce? Question 6. The answer is B. Anyone who can log into Salesforce is a user in Salesforce, right? Number 7. Dash are the examples of field types. A, date pick list text, multi-pick list date lead, number contact time. So that's going to be A, date pick list and text. Those are examples of field types, right? So number 8, Dash is not a type of relationship in Salesforce. Lookup relationship, master data relationship, and self relationship. Lookup relationship, master data relationship, self relationship. Dash is not a type of Salesforce. Dash is not a type of relationship in Salesforce. The answer is lookup relationship. Okay, so we have self relationship. That is a kind of relationship that's it's related to itself. We've not really done that much. We've not really done that, but we're going to get back to. We're going to get into that, right? So question 9. Page layout controls the layout of company information. True or false? False, actually. Page layout doesn't control the company's information. Okay, it doesn't control the company's information. All right, so moving on. Question 10. What is data loader? It's a tool. A tool for a tool used for inserting data. B, client application for the core import and export data. And C, client application for uploading object files. If you recall, we said data loader can help to both install, upload, import and export, right? So the answer is B. Number 11, dash is not a type of report. Summary, matrix, lazy. Definitely lazy. Lazy is not a type of report. We have summary reports, we have the matrix reports, right? If any of this is confusing, you can easily go back to the previous classes where we've talked about it and just check it out and confirm and just freshen up your memory, okay? No harm in all of that. Just take your time to learn. Okay, so moving on. Number 12. A dashboard is a graphical representation of what? Report type, report list view, or list view, report type. Okay. Number 13. Permission sets, restricts, and grants additional access to user. True or false? True. The permission set helps restrict. We didn't really do much of restriction, but we talked about granting access, right? So it can also be used for restriction in case you come across any interview. Permission set helps to restrict and grant access to users, right? Number 14, permission set group is a group of users that have access to particular objects. True or false? False, right? Yeah. So number 15, in a master detail relationship, the child object is referred to as I should actually be clear this. In a master detail relationship, the child object is referred to as the detail, right? Master detail. So that's going to be detail. Okay. The lookup relationship is a loose bond relationship. Okay. Number 17, a custom object is created by default in the Salesforce org. Custom object, default. No. Standard object come by default. Custom object you created them yourself, right? So that's false. Do you see that you've actually gone far? As much as all these things look like simple things, they're actually the main things that encompasses Salesforce, right? So question 18, how do you onboard a user in Salesforce? Remember, you don't delete the user, you don't delete a user. Okay. Remove permission assigned, no, you just deactivate it. Because you can either deactivate or you freeze. Okay. If you freeze it, that means they still have all the access, it's just that they can't log in. When you deactivate it, simply means they no longer have access to Salesforce. Now you reassign that user to someone else. Okay. So you cannot delete a user, only deactivate it, freeze it. Yeah. Number 19, page layout assignment. Assign pages to layout in the field available in the org. This is a very tricky one. Let me come again. Page layout assignment. Assign pages to the layout of the fields available in Salesforce. It's false. It's actually just rubbish. The answer is false. Okay. So the last question: which of these statements is true? A roll-up summary is available in all objects. Parents need is needed in a lookup relationship. A standard object cannot be detailed in a master detail relationship, and a list view can be used in place of reports. This is wrong, right? Roll-up summary is not available in all objects, right? The parent is needed in a lookup relationship. Remember, this is a loose bond relationship. Standard object cannot be a detail in a master detail relationship. So this is a statement that is true. Standard element cannot be detailed in a master detail relationship. Can only be custom. Right. So afterwards, fix it. Okay. So now one thing I want you to know is this. Yeah, you've done well. You've done excellently well. I mean excellently well. This is me giving you kudos. This is me patting you on your head. Like you've done amazingly well. Being in this training up to this point is actually a very good one, and I'm commending you. And remember, there's this adage that says the reward for every good work is what? More good work. Okay, so we're going to be switching up gears today, and we're going to be taking our class into the next stage. All right. So today we going into Salesforce integration and app exchange. Okay. We are going to be switching gears of a little today. All right. Today's class won't be much of practical stuff. So we're just going to be doing more of talking and explaining some things that we all need to be familiar with before we enter the second phase of the training session. All right. Okay. So now we have the process of connecting Salesforce with other systems, applications, or platforms to ensure seamless data flow and unified operation across an organization is called Salesforce integration. Basically, remember, sometimes ago we talk about when certain set of users, probably the marketing team or any other aspect of or some department, making use of some other applications to get their jobs done. Now, the process of trying to integrate that application into Salesforce and making without you working separately. That idea is called Salesforce integration. Okay, so basically it is just a way to integrate or bring from the word integrate to merge to bring together Salesforce and any other application to perform certain tasks. That's just what it is. And there are various ones. We are going to be going into our Salesforce work. We are going to look at how it works and how the whole process looks like. Okay. So now, okay. Okay. Before we go into our work, let's just talk about this. Basically, there are three means of developing Salesforce org. Developing app on Salesforce. Okay. Now, after talking about this, we're going to go into the into our org and see what we're referring to. Okay. So now the first one is declarative approach. The second one is integration approach, or otherwise called third party. Okay. Third one is a programmatic approach. Now, declarative approach. Declarative. Declarative approach is such that involves no code. Basically, that's what we've been doing so far. That is, it is just a click here, click here, click here, click here. So that's the major way we've been trying to develop our app in our org so far. So it's a no code or low code approach. That is basically making use of the tools you get from the box, out of the box kind of tool. That's why they build it out of the box kind of tool. While integration is a third-party application, merging it up with Salesforce to get things done, and that will be our anchor focus for today. So it's like working with another application just to bring out to get jobs done on the Salesforce. Because some of you might be wondering, is it only Salesforce I'm going to be using? No, if you find yourself using another app, and at the same time using Salesforce, there are ways you can combine the two to get your work done effectively. Okay, while the last one is programmatic approach from the word programming. Yeah, that involves coding. But then we are not going to be doing much about that because that's not the scope of our that's not the scope, that's not part of the scope of this class. So I'm not really going to be dwelling much on this programmatic approach. Rather, we're going to be working more on these two. So for today, we'll be dealing with this third-party integration approach. Yeah. So I'm going to go into my hug now. And so we have basically before we do this, you can just come to instead of giving you a link and okay, this is where you get it. When you just want to Google, everything is there. Okay, so let me click on Salesforce sorry, Salesforce App Exchange. You know that literally on your phone, on your mobile devices, take for instance, you have a brand new phone and you need to chat someone on WhatsApp. What you simply need to do is to download the app and install it and set it up and get chatting, right? The same way it works with Salesforce. Now, instead of App Store and the regular Google Play Store, Salesforce has a marketplace called AppExchange. Okay, so that's where we are going to be getting all the apps that we are going to be needing. Any app you're going to need to support your work in Salesforce. And subsequently, there are some apps too that you will never find on Salesforce. Just know that. But then they have we are going to get there, and I'm going to show you example. They've incorporated some things that can help you link them up with Salesforce, even though they're not readily on Salesforce App Exchange, right? So this is this website. So in here you can get everything we need for the app, any app support you. Even up to WhatsApp, if you want to link your Salesforce such that you send message to people from Salesforce and they deliver to their WhatsApp and they respond and you get it from Salesforce. There are apps that support that here, and we're going to go through most of it, right? So let's click on explore the app. Alright, so here are various apps with their prices. Look at this. If eventually you are working with Deloitte Digital and you need to do some margin, PwC, a lot of it. But I'm not going to pick any of this because definitely I don't need any of this yet. So I'm going to, for instance, let me search for LinkedIn. LinkedIn, alright. I see there are various apps here that support the LinkedIn platform. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, blah 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 blah. But most importantly, before you go ahead to install any app on your org, you need to consider certain things. That is, you check the review, you check the details, because it's just like granting permission to your org, right? Whatever you do, is like granting permission to. Yes, boss. Boss. Whatever you do is like granting permission to your org, and you don't want to do anything that will mess up your org for any reason. Because if you install an app that is not secured or safe on your org, though most of what you find here, Salesforce definitely have regulatories that govern them and confirm that they are okay to be installed, right? But still, nevertheless, you just have to still go through everything and check the proper revisions. Okay, let me see this. Look at this seamless LinkedIn and Salesforce. I'm gonna click on this. Why? It's attractive. I got that 5 star, right? Average rating 5.7 reviews. This is more than this. Very, very powerful. This could be staged. I'm not gonna go for this. I'm gonna, go back and check if I could get other ones, right? Now, some of it or most of it comes with price. Some are free. Some, look at this. You have discount for non-profit, paid hard-on required, paid premium, and free. Okay, let's assume what you need is basically free apps. Okay, if you filter it with this now, you can get this, right? You can filter with rating, whatever you need. Okay, so let's see what this can give us. Okay, something that has a lot of reviews. You won't get money, so let me take away this filter. The server, I think this is a good one. This guy, yes. Okay, look at this. Good, good. This particular app has over 93 reviews already. Okay, so I just like to go through everything and check in details what I can get from it. So you can easily come here and click on review to read through. All right, yeah. So this person is rating 1 out of 5. So let's say something I can't figure out benefits by downloading it and time blah. Okay. It gives you to synchronize new contact. Okay, so I guess this particular app works with contact. Okay, can you see? So easy to sync new contact and prospect into Salesforce. Definitely a time saver. I recommend to all sales team. Okay, good. Look at this. Hands on the best export to Salesforce. So it's more like an import and export tool to import data from platform, whatever platform you're using into Salesforce. So, and I think that's what this basically works for. And we've seen a lot of great reviews. Okay, you can go ahead to also check out the details. Okay, so to see, can you see last review date 2021? This is not looking so good because 2021 is a long time, right? I believe that they should have updated or do something, some kind of improvement. Now, let's check the latest review and let's see what we got. The latest review is this year. Before that, we have 2017, okay, 2020. Yeah, we to filter with time, most recent, 2024, 2027, 2020, 2007. Okay, no, I think these are the time the user has joined Salesforce. Yeah, those are the very, very key and important things to actually look out and check out for when you are installing an app. Okay, you just have to check out for all those things so that there won't be uh, installing malware into your system and all and all. Okay, so to do that, now let's go back to our org. We search for app and come to this app manager. App manager stores everything you install, every other app you install. While AppExchange Market, this takes you to see, this takes you to where you are working on. Okay, so you want to install an app. Okay, for instance, let me use one. Let me just try to search for Zoom. Assume I want to link my Salesforce with a Zoom account with Zoom. Okay, so that I can book my meetings and plan my schedule and all around. Okay, Zoom for Lightning. Look at this one. And also, I must mention it's very important before you start go ahead installing any app, confirm the pricing and know how that fits well with the management of whichever org you are handling. Very, very important because not everybody, every company will be willing to just incur unnecessary cost over apps. Also, if I forget, I should mention this also. One major reasons why um, administrators don't really deploy the programmatic approach is because now that is much more expensive to manage or maintain. Because now imagine everything we've been creating so far. You now have to do it by writing code. See how I've been giving you new information, new data, new instructions. If it happens to be code, you have to have someone that have knowledge of programming to be able to rewrite them and change this and change that. So that's why many a times it's more costly to use. Okay, so it's preferably for organizations to use the declarative approach and integration approach. Okay, and that's basically the work of an administrator. Though need can come for it, such that you will end up needing a programmer to do some job, but that is on a very, very, very rare cases. And in that situation, you have to bring in a Salesforce developer, and probably in future coming courses, we can talk about Salesforce development, but for this course, it's strictly administration. Okay, so let's get back to what where we were. All right. So now, assume this is an app I want to install, right? Can I see pricing details, blah blah blah? No. There's something I'm trying to look for. one very key important thing before you install any app. Okay, let me click on more details. Okay, now let me show you something here. What this simply means here is that installing this app now, it's going to come with certain set of things. Can you see? It's going to install in 31 objects. It's going to install one app definitely. Then 18 tabs, lightning components. Components are what we talked about in our last class. Those things we drag. So those things are components here. So you know, install more components that you can easily make use of in your lightning record page that is going to come along with the package, right? So and many other things. So basically this like just like the package content, lightning components, okay? What I'm actually looking for is like the manual guide, because for every app you get, don't just go ahead to install this one. If you've not been listening, make sure you listen to this. You have to look for the manual, like the guide, okay? And that is what you are going to follow through to have a smooth installation, okay? So I'm trying to look for that now. Okay, good. Here they call it resource and documentation, right? So, and general installation steps. This is where you go to get um the right information or the right pattern to handling the um installation process. Okay, all right. So having said that, this week here, the assignment is not really much of an assignment, but just go ahead and play around with all of these things. Just find free apps that you can install. So majorly, what your assignment will be is getting an app that is most suitable for your car dealership, uh, project that we've been working on, and install it. That's just what the assignment is. Something that will just help. I might not help. Just anything. Just try to make some research and find out the right app you can actually install that can actually help that project. So just do that. It's just at a free will and a free kind of work, right? Okay, so something I also want to mention for the close of today, briefly. Sorry. Packages in Salesforce, right? Packaging in Salesforce refers to the process of building various Salesforce components such as apps, object field, workflows, and more into a single container for distribution. Packaging makes it easy to share, deploy, or sell applications and customizations to other Salesforce environment or organizations. Basically, packages is what we've been talking about so far. Those apps are like package, or they are packages, okay, that you get to make your job smoother. It comes with object fields, workflows, and more. Alright. Basically, there are two major types of package. We have the managed package and the unmanaged package. Now, what is the difference and what does it mean? Managed package is such that they have more control. That is, they can bring in updates without your consent, or without your approval. Okay, they are like it is more organized and structured. So they are like still the one managing the app on your behalf. So most of the times it becomes costly. While the unmanaged packages are such that once you get it, it's yours. Whether you want to update it or not, everything depends on you as an admin to determine how you want to run it. So basically, that's what packages mean. In the coming classes, we're going to be going more deep into all of these, and we're also going to talk about automations in Salesforce. That is in the declarative approach, right? So we are going to be talking about automations. Then you realize that we've gone so far, and what we are just going to be doing now is modifications and advancement of what we've done from the beginning of the class. Okay. So with that being said, see you in the next class.